What's going on, guys? And today I'm going to be teaching you an incredibly amazing and extremely easy card trick. Let's get into it. Now check this out. First I'll have the deck shuffled by a spectator. So here we go. And then I'll give the cards a quick cut. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a prediction card selected. And of course I'm going to select the prediction card myself. So just going through, I'm going to come over here and pick the 6 of hearts. Okay? And we'll come back to the 6 of hearts in a second. But the next thing I need is for the spectator to touch 5 cards as I go through the deck. So we're going through. We have 1 card selected, 2 cards selected, 3 cards selected, 4, and 5. Now of course, like I said, I don't have a spectator here, but I just selected 5 cards at random. Okay, now let's just take these cards and I'll leave them right on top. Now let me explain the significance of my prediction card. Now of course, you can't pick the 6 of hearts because it's here and there's only 1 6 of hearts in the deck. But you can pick the soulmate of the 6 of hearts, which is the 6 of diamonds. And similarly, if you pick the, if I had picked the 9 of spades, the soulmate for the 9 of spades would be the 9 of clubs. So the card that I'm looking for you to pick is the 6 of diamonds. Okay, now that being said, let's get back to the trick. So we have 5 cards here, right? The 5 cards that you selected. Now I'm just going to give them a nice shuffle, like that. Nothing too crazy. And now generally at this point, I'd give the cards to the spectator. So let's just pretend this hand is a spectator. And I'm going to have the spectator deal 1 card, and then put 1 card on the bottom. And keep on doing this until there's only 1 card remaining in this hand. So deal 1, put 1 on the bottom, deal 1, put 1 on the bottom, deal 1, put 1 on the bottom, and deal 1. Now, if this trick worked correctly, my prediction should match the same card that you picked. The 6 of diamonds. Now this trick was originally performed by Harry Lorayne. And let's just get into how it's done. Now, of course, I have the cards shuffled by a spectator. It really doesn't matter how they shuffle the deck or how they cut it, whatever they want to do. As long as there are cards in the deck, we're good. So now, first thing I do that you saw is I spread the cards out. And the reason I do this is 2 reasons. 1, to pick out my prediction card, and 2, to get a peek at the top, the second card from the top. So take a peek at the second card from the top first. In this case, we see that it's the 5 of hearts. So now your prediction card is going to be the 5 of diamonds. So we look through the deck, we find the 5 of diamonds, and I place it to the side face up. And the reason I don't explain the importance of this yet is because I want to talk about it while covering another move that I do. So for now, I'll just put it over to the side. Okay? And at this point, I like to give the deck a false shuffle to retain the second card from the top, but have the spectator think that the card was shuffled, the deck was shuffled nicely. So there we go. And of course, retaining that second card. Now the next thing we need is for the spectator to pick 5 cards. And it really doesn't matter what cards they pick. We're just going to go through the deck and have them touch 5 cards. So let's say this one. Okay, we're just going to have it protrude about halfway, about half the card here. And then the next one also half. Now the third card that we get to, we want to stick it out about 2/3. So as you can see, this card protrudes out more than these 2 cards. Okay, and I'll get to why in a second. So that's 3 cards, that's 4, and that's 5. Now the reason we have the third card here protruding the most is because we're going to push the last 2 cards back into the deck. Oops. We're going to push the last 2 cards back into the deck. Okay, and we're going to do it under the cover of the third card. So now as I square them up, we have these two cards here, right? My finger, my index finger, is going to come here at the tip of these two cards, right? This is the third card right here, and these are the last two cards. So these cards are all lined up. It's going to come here. And now while I start talking about this 5 of diamonds, I'm going to push these two cards in just like that. And undercover, it would just seem, you know, pretty normal. And now I'm going to swerve these cards out. So the cards are like this. I'm going to swerve them out. They're going to pivot about my middle finger of the hand that's holding the deck. I'm going to pivot out like this. I'm just going to grab them and I'm going to place them on top. So now I'm only placing 3 cards on top, but the spectator is going to think I'm placing 5 cards. Now to take the attention off of doing this move, I talk about what prediction card I chose and why I chose it. So if you want to know exactly what I said, you can of course rewatch the original performance. But talk about soulmates of the cards and whatnot, just so the spectator knows that they're looking to pick the 5 of hearts. Okay, so now once that's covered, you'll take the top 5 cards. Remember, they only picked the 3 of these cards. And you remembered this card, the second from the top. So you're going to be also taking, these 2 cards. So now the card that you wanted to pick, the 5 of hearts, is on the bottom. Now we're going to split this packet into 3 and 2. Okay? And we're pretty much going to interleave the cards like this. So the top card of the 2 packet is going to go in the middle of the first 2 cards. And the bottom card, which is the 5 of hearts, is going to go between the bottom 2 cards. Just like that. And then we're going to repeat this process one more time. So split it up into 3 and 2. Top card goes between the top 2. Bottom card goes between the bottom 2. And now you can literally hand the spectator these cards. So just, give it to them. And they're going to deal 1 card and put 1 card underneath, which is known as duck. So deal, duck, deal, duck, deal. And tell them to repeat the process until there's 1 card left in their hand. And now, however you want to build up to the reveal, and just slowly reveal the 5 of hearts, which is the same as the card that you predicted. Now, I think this is an incredible card trick, and it has become, one of my go-to card tricks to perform. And the crazy part about it is I learned it 2 days ago. So like literally 2 days ago, and I performed it for a handful of people, and they were just left puzzled about how I did it, what happened, is the world ending, so things like that. So they were really surprised, and doing card tricks for the same people for such a long time, people don't get surprised as much, but they really like the trick. And I highly encourage you to go out and perform, for your friends, family, strangers at the mall, whatever you want to do. Just one tip that I want to add is, when you're, pushing the cards in, just make sure to practice that in front of a mirror maybe 4 or 5 times. Because if the cards are not aligned properly, the person's going to see you're pushing in the card with your index finger. And, if they're looking for it. If they're not looking for it and you have them engaged in a conversation, then it's going to be completely fine. But I still highly encourage you to practice it maybe 4 or 5 times, and you'll definitely get it down. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment down below of your performances or reactions that you got, or things that you liked about this trick. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.